Today I will show you how I transformed this really cool truck into a sci-fi flying vehicle. So let's start. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun Photoshop tutorial. So you already know what we will do today, so without further ado, let's jump straight into Photoshop and let the fun begin. Alright guys, this is our photo for today, and first thing that I want to do here is to extract this vehicle out of the background. Actually, I want to get rid of these wheels because instead of them I want to put some kind of a jet engine wheels so that this vehicle can fly. So I will just use a pen tool and trace around the vehicle, and when I finish with the path I will just press Ctrl Enter and have a selection, create layer mask, and I will have this. I already did this to save the time for this tutorial, so it's just a regular pen tool and tracing the shape of the truck. So if you don't know how to use a pen tool, check out my tutorial on a pen tool, completely explained on the link right there. Okay, so the next step right here is to add a jet engine instead of the wheels. I tried to search online for some cool jet engine photos, some free photos, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything that is really good for this perspective and this lighting conditions. And now it's really good to know more than one skill. So instead of maybe searching for hours and days for something that maybe I couldn't find, I went to Cinema 4D and modeled those jet engine and other parts in Cinema 4D to be able to put it in my scene. And guys, in case you want to gain some new skills, to learn something new, I have a perfect thing for you because the sponsor of today's episode is Skillshare. Thank you Skillshare for that. So this is a really good place, really cool place to learn some new skill or expand your current skills. They have a lot of cool things on the menu. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on photo editing, video effects like After Effects, even 3D, or something completely different like maybe cooking, etc. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. They're offering classes designed for real life, so you can move your creative journey forward without putting life on hold. You can learn and grow with short classes that fits your busy routine. And because they're sponsoring this video, they're giving you guys 2 months completely free premium account there, so that means that you will gain access to all the content on the website and you can watch any video tutorial that you like. All you need to do is to follow the link down there in the description and join Skillshare, gain your 2 months completely free and enjoy the content. Skillshare is pretty affordable. The annual plan is less than $10 per month, and after your 2 free trial months expired, you can continue with the Skillshare if you like it, or if you don't like it, you can just cancel it, no questions asked. So that's it guys, let's jump back in the Photoshop and let's continue with this fun video tutorial. Right guys, now I will go and use all these elements that I created in Cinema 4D, so I will just paste it on this photo right there. And because in Cinema 4D I already rearranged everything that needs to be, I will just fit it something like this, nudge it a little bit using arrows. And now what I will do, I will extract every single object on a separate layer, and this is really easy process to do. I will just use a lasso tool, L on a keyboard, and just go with this motor right here, so with this engine actually. So I will press Shift Ctrl J or Shift Command J on a Mac, and I will copy this. Actually I will cut this on a new layer, so I have this engine number 1 on a new layer, and I will create a layer mask because I will later need it. Now I will fast forward because I will do exactly the same for every other element, and I will come back shortly. Ready guys, and I'm left with just these exhaust pipes, so I will name them EP and put layer mask, and that's it. So now I will just rearrange a few elements here and there. So engine number 3 will go, actually let's go with the engine number 4, will go somewhere here behind the vehicle. Actually we will create a layer mask for that, something like this. Then we will go with engine number 3, it will go somewhere here, and those two engines will be there. Okay, so let's start with the exhaust pipe. So here I will select the mask of the vehicle and go right there and basically fill it with a black color, control and backspace, or command and backspace on a Mac. And here we have them behind the vehicle. So here I will just correct the mask a little bit because I feathered the mask earlier, so I need to fix it a bit. Okay. No big deal. All right. Now I will go to the next one. I will go to propellers. So I will just copy this. Yes. And copy this to other propellers. Yes, perfect. And copy this to engine number 4 and engine number 3. So this is it. So first I will unlink these links between the layer and the mask because I want to freely move the engines without moving the mask. So here I want to have this one probably something like this, and this one probably somewhere here. Okay, this looks good. And also I want to fix those masks, so again I'll just go here and like that, and here I want to fix this like that. Perfect. Okay, with the engine number 1 and engine number 2 it's a little bit different story. So I will go again with the layer mask, black color, and I will erase, let's use harder brush, something like that, and I will erase everything until this line right there, and then I will slowly paint it back. So I want to make impression that actually they're inside this part of the car. I am not familiar with the English word of this part of the car, so if you know it, please let me know down there in the comment section. So let's make it like this. This is perfect. Okay, and I will do the same for the engine number 2. I will first erase everything. Okay, again, this part of the car, I'm not sure the English word. So this is perfect. And there we have it. We have really cool flying vehicle ready to retouch even more. So now what I will do, I will find the background for this vehicle. Actually, I already have it. This is the background that I want to use. So instead of putting this background on this photo, I will go and put this vehicle on the background. So I will group this and I will name this 3D objects. And this is our car. Okay. And I will just select both of them, copy, and you can just drag it, but I'm just copying and put it right here. So basically, as you can see, if I move it, look at these engines. The mask is going crazy, and that's because I unlinked the mask and the layer, and I'm moving the layer, but the mask stays at the place. So I will just link it back and then I can move it. So now let me show you one really cool trick, how to match the perspective of the vehicle and the background. Because here, this is the vehicle that is flying a little bit higher. If it's on this height, then you should probably see more under the vehicle. So we need to match it a little bit. I will hide the mask and I will select again everything and just move it until my horizon line here is matched the horizon line of this photo. It doesn't need to be perfect because it's a car, and this is this kind of situation that we can even put it a little bit down below. Nobody will notice that, but it's pretty cool to have it something like this. Okay, now the next step, what I like to do here, I like to change the color of the vehicle. So we will do that. Then I will show one really cool trick how to add this heat haze on the motors, on the engines here, then some dust, debris, and to match some colors and to finalize everything into one really cool composite. So first, let's change the color. In previous episode, I showed you one really cool way how you can change colors in Photoshop, and we will do that. We will use gradients map, because if I want to use, let me just show you, hue and saturation, and select the green color, green actually, and move it, I need to expand it because we have some yellows here too, and expand it to cyan, and it's cool, but as you can see, the color is not there yet, and I want to have like yellow vehicles. So this is cool. If you want something like this kind of color, perfect. It's your choice, depending on which kind of look you're going after. This is cool. You can use it, and this is probably really nice color. But what I like to do, actually, I will go with the gradient map, and before that I just want to, let's undo it, I just want to have default colors here. I press D to have black and white, then I will go to gradient map, and I did a full tutorial on that. You can check it on the link right here. I'll just go and quickly run through this. Okay, I will choose a color, some yellowish tone, probably something like this. I will press OK. Okay, and actually let's just make it a little bit more matte, so just a bit, something like that. And now I need to create a layer mask. I will invert this layer mask with the Control or Command I, and now I will use the pen tool to select everything that is actually green here. So I can go and just select this, and I will fast forward these guys and come back in a few seconds. Alright guys, so this is it. Control Enter to load it as a selection, and then I will go right here and fill it with the white. In this case, because our white is our foreground color, I will press Alt and Backspace, or the Mac Option and Backspace. This is cool. And also I will clip this to affect only the vehicle. So this is pretty decent work. Only thing that I need to fix is the window right here. So I will just use the brush, just brush out the window, and also some letters, this Ford letters here, and the mirror here, and that's basically it. So I will again fast forward this part too. Right guys, so this is it. We have now our vehicle in a yellow color. I really like it, but I don't like this part right here, so I will just go right there, make a new layer, and just use the clone tool and stamp these parts, and I will use a little bit harder brush, okay, like that, and just paint this out. Okay, then a little bit softer brush to fix these edges, and there we have it. This is pretty decent job. So let's back with our color, and here we have really nice yellow truck that is flying around. I really like it. Right, now we will make some cables under the car to have impression that those engines are connected together with some cables, and also we will add some smoke, we will add some debris, I will add some heat haze from the engines and clean few parts here and there, and basically this is it. So let's do this fun stuff. Okay, so how to add cables? I will basically draw them. So I will go on the photo right here, and actually I want to go between the engine 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I want to go in between. I will create one layer and name it cable, but actually I will group and call the group cables, but it doesn't matter. I will use something like a black color, but maybe not black, maybe just this dark from the engine. So I will sample that. I will use hard brush, maybe like 93.4% hardness, and I will just choose the brush size. So basically this is my cable, maybe a little bit smaller. This is it, and I will just draw a cable shape like this. Okay, one cable that is going here, maybe another that is going actually, let me see, right there, and maybe another, I will create it on a separate layer that is going like that, something like that. They're intersecting. So This is pretty cool. Let me see. Yes. And here we can add a layer mask from the car, because I need to invert it, Control Command I don't want the cables to be over the car. So this is pretty nice. All right. And now let me show you one really cool trick. Let's group this, Control Command G, call that cable, back cables, because we will have cables in the front. And let me show you one really cool trick how to make them a little bit more rounded, like they're actually cables. So I will create a new layer and clip it to affect only this one. So to clip the layer to another layer, you need to hold Alt or Option key and just click in between. Okay, I will go with a brush and I will go with some really lighter gray color, something like that, and maybe 5% opacity, soft brush, and I will just paint on the cable, so a little bit smaller. So I will just paint some highlights, maybe 10% opacity, just yeah, like that. See guys, I'm painting just a little bit of the highlights just to make impression that this is actually some pipe shape, some cylinder shape object. Okay, this is cool. And then I will go to another one, to this one, and this is another cable, and do the same with this one. Okay, so this one is going above that cable, and actually this highlight is helping to see this effect a little bit better. Of course, you can invest a little bit more time to be a little bit more precise with this, but this is pretty much working. So as you can see, they're really like cables. I will do exactly the same for the front cables. So this is a front one. Again, I will use hard brush, 100% opacity, and just draw some cables here, like, I don't know, like that. This is one. There is another going here like this, and I will do another one that is actually interesting. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is cool. Then go with the layer mask inverted, because not on that, but actually this one is going from this part of the motor, and I need a layer mask on the cable layer, inverted, and this is pretty cool. I like it. So now I will do again the same steps, group this, front cables, and I will make them a little bit more rounded. So I will just fast forward this because it's completely the same procedure like I did before. Alright guys, so this is it. I have front and back cables. So let me show you. This is before, this is after. I really love this cool detail touch to have more cables in between. You can add even more elements if you want, it's up to you. But one really cool tip for you guys, if you're making this image for Instagram, so it will not be so high res image, you don't need to spend so much time tweaking those small details like cable highlights, etc. But if you're making this for print on a bigger surface, like large print, then make sure to invest time to make these highlights a little bit better and every small detail a little bit better, because that will be visible in the big print. So this is a cool tip just for you to know. Okay, I need to fix this engine right here. If you can see, this is the engine number 2. I need to unlink. It's too much outside, so I want to move it a little bit here and more inside. Okay, and to fix a layer mask. So it's not a big deal, but I want to do that. And also, oops, I want to paint back this part here. Okay, this is pretty cool. So I have everything pretty much ready. Now I want to add some scratches to those engines, to those 3D models. So I will copy this metal texture with the scratches. I will go to 3D objects and paste it all the way above it. Okay, and clip it to affect only those 3D objects. But because now this is too big, I will press Ctrl or Command T and make everything smaller. So just small enough, actually big enough to cover all those elements. Something like this is pretty cool. Press enter. And now what I like to do is to put it into soft light blending mode or overlay blending mode, depends how much intense effect you want. I will go with soft light, and I will go now and create a black layer mask and now paint back with a soft white soft brush, maybe 40% opacity. I will just paint those scratches on the engines. Okay, I want soft brush, not hard brush, so I see something is off here. Okay, now I will paint, right, soft brush, like that. Paint it back. I just want a few scratches here and there. Also on this one right there, and also on this one here. Perfect. And maybe here, why not? This can be cool, and this can be cool with the scratches. Maybe this too. See, one big scratch here and few there. This is cool. I will leave these without scratches, maybe a little bit, why not? Just a little bit on this side and on this side. Okay, so this is it. And again, this will probably not be visible on Instagram, but on large prints, this will definitely be visible. All right, now the next step is to play with some glowing effect from the engine. So I will create a new layer, name it glow. And as you already know, I did a full tutorial on how to add glows to the elements. You can watch it on the link right here. I will just go with a linear dodge blending mode, use darker red color, and with really soft brush and maybe just 10% opacity here, I will just add a little bit glow here and here, and from this one a little bit, why not, here. Okay, then I will create another layer, again linear dodge blending mode, a little bit brighter color, and add a little bit more glow here. And then another layer below, everything really bright color like that, put it in linear dodge blending mode, and just add to these inside parts. Okay, this is cool, and there we have maybe a little bit around, not with this. I will go on this one and make this a little bit darker, and this is pretty cool. So I will group this, Control Command G, name it glow, and let me show you before and after. This is really cool touch to make this engine like they're really like burning out. So this is basically it. Now let's add some smoke. So let's go with the smoke. For smoke, I will use my custom-made smoke cloud dust brush that I created long ago. You can watch it on the link right there, or you can go to my website. The link is down there in the description, and just purchase this set for just $1. It's your choice. So I will go with a brush. I will use this one, and I will sample some colors. So this is one color that I will sample, and the ground color is another one. So basically I will start to build up this smoke with below the vehicle like this. Okay, just build it up. Then I will change to a bit brighter color. Just press X to swap between those two colors. So just build smoke like it's coming. Of course we need some darker, and maybe behind the vehicle, like it's coming from there. And this looks really cool. So let me show you before and after. Really cool touch to the image. I like this. And also we can add now a debris. So to do that, I will again use my custom-made debris brush. I have a tutorial on how to create your own debris brushes. You can go and watch it on the link right there, or you can go to my website and again purchase it for $1, so it's pretty cheap. Okay, so I will use my debris brush. It's it's down below, it's this one. Okay, as you can see, I am using the color of the ground, and this is a cool way to add this kind of debris. Of course, this is too much. I will lower the opacity to maybe 40% and just, or maybe 30, and just add like few here and there, like it's flying from the ground, because these engines are really strong and they're making the ground fly up a little bit. So this is pretty cool effect. Again, this will be definitely visible on large print. On a small print, probably not. So I will not go too much crazy with this, but I really love those details. Okay, I will leave them like that. And now let me show you one really cool trick how you can make this vehicle a little bit bigger, like it's closer to the camera. Of course, what we will do, we will crop the image. But before we do that, what I like to do, because I want to maintain the whole real estate of this background, I will do one really cool trick. And this is to copy a background, Control or Command J, then Control or Command T to make a background smaller, because I don't want to make a car bigger, because I will then stretch pixels and this is not good. I will definitely lower the image quality. So I will position this to have the same line or ground line like the previous photo, and this is pretty cool. Now what I will do, I will just Control click on the background, press C to go to the crop tool and enter. And I am not clicking delete crop pixels, because I just want to crop it without deleting outer pixels in case I need them anytime in the future. I can go back and fix that. So as you can see now, everything looks closer to the image, like the camera is zoomed a little bit on the vehicle. This is something that I like, because I don't like too much free space around the car. So basically now what we can do, we can go with the glow and with the car and everything and group this into a truck. Okay, and now we can move it. We can move, let's vroom, vroom, vroom. Okay, so we can move it somewhere here or somewhere here, doesn't matter, and add a few more elements in the scene, etc. But it's really cool. You can even animate that and do whatever you want. So this is basically it. Now what I will show you a really cool way to blur background, to have impression that this vehicle is really going fast, and to do a final color correction, color grading actually, and this is it. So to blur background, I will again copy it just in case I mess something up. I will go to filter, blur, and go with the radial blur, and I will go with the zoom amount, probably 1. And what I will do with this, I will lower it approximately on this level down below and move it all the way to the right, because I want the perspective on this to be proper. I actually explained in one of my photo manipulation tutorials how to add VFX to your photos. I explained how this dialog box works in depth, so you can check it out on the link right there. So I will just use it like that, and probably this is not enough amount of blur. I will go with a 3, and this is cool. So basically, if you add even more blur, let's add 5, you will see everything will be more blurry, and you have impression now. Now the vehicle is pretty cool, but it's not so fast. But now, like, it's really, really fast. It's going and going really fast out of the frame. But one thing that we need to do to blur debris, so I will go to debris and use the same, but with lower amount, 1. This is pretty cool. So now we have really cool dynamic shot. The vehicle is going fast. The background is blurred. The debris is blurred, so everything is cool. Only thing what is missing is see, we messed up this. Only thing that is missing is to add the heat haze on the engine. So I will just go and fix the engine number, this one. So what I messed up here is this. Basically, I moved layer mask. I didn't link it back, so this is my mistake, but it's nothing special. You can always fix that now when I'm linking it back. If I move the vehicle, I will move everything with it. Okay, this is perfect. Now how to create a heat haze. Again, I did a full tutorial on that. Guys, if you're following this channel for a while, you know all these tricks. So basically every photo manipulation is similar, exactly the same principles apply to all photo manipulations. All you need is just to think about the method, the technique to use in the current situation, and practice a lot to have that in mind, so to be able to do even better and better results. So what I will do here, I will make a copy of engines, so engines and a track without glow. So I will go here, press Ctrl or Command J to make a copy, and press Ctrl or Command E to just create this on a separate layer. I will put it right there. Okay, this is perfect. And I will use the lasso tool and just select this. Okay, so this is the part that I like to play with. I will press Ctrl or Command J to make it copied on a separate layer, and actually I can now delete this layer because I don't need it anymore. So basically what I copied is just this part of the vehicle. And now what we can do right here is to go to, actually we can turn it into a smart object, because we can later play with the smart filters in case we need to refine something. I will go with the Gaussian blur, and this seems fine. Then I will go to filter and filter gallery, and I will go with the distort and glass effect, and you can play with these sliders however you want, but actually I like this. Press OK, and this is basically like a heat haze effect. Now I will add a layer mask, and I will erase with a regular soft round brush, 50% opacity, and slowly erase with the black color. I will erase this, and I just want to have it from heat from the engine. So you can see this is pretty cool, and there you have it. We have this really cool effect that these engines are really hot, like a heat haze effect. Okay, this is basically it. Now let's merge everything together, do a final color grading, and we are done for this tutorial. So let's go right there at the top, and let's press Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, merge everything into one layer. And what I like to do, I like to go to filter, camera raw. You already know that. This is the way how I like to color grade my images. And I will go a little bit, add a little bit contrast, open shadows a touch, add a little bit of the clarity, not too much, maybe a little bit of textures, lower the saturation a bit because it's too saturated in my taste. And then I will go to calibration tab. I can go with this crazy something like that because I like it. Okay, I'm just making something like orange and teal look. Then I can go to split toning and just add a little bit of the yellowish tone to the shadows, but not too much. I always like to go a little bit further to see the color. And then when I like the color, I like to lower this a bit, something like that. Then what I like to do, I like to add a little bit of vignetting. Okay, and we can go with sharpness. I can sharpen it a little bit. And by holding Alt or Option key, I can see my mask. So everything that is white will be sharpened. Okay, this is cool. I don't like to sharpen the sky, etc. So this is pretty cool. And maybe add a little bit of yellowness, a little bit of green tint. So this is before, this is after. I really like it. I can even add a gradient to the right side, like because the light is coming from the light, and just to exaggerate it a little bit, I can add a little bit more light, but this is pretty cool. Okay, and let me see. I can say okay, and we have it before and after. I really like it. Of course, guys, if you are using a Nik Color FX Pro, you can go and play with the Nik Color FX Pro and add maybe even more color grading effects to the image to make it a little bit more pop, etc. But I pretty much like this one. I can also go and crop it to 16:9 because I really like this aspect ratio, and press OK, and this is my final image. Right, guys, so that's basically it for this tutorial. You just saw how you can transform a regular car into sci-fi flying vehicle. I really love this way how you can do that, and of course you can add even more elements to the scene, whatever you want. I did a version that I will put on Instagram, and I will show you really quickly. This is my version. I added few more things here and there, so I took a photo of myself, I made a hoverboard in Cinema 4D, and I just created this really cool scene of me basically having a lot of fun by riding a hoverboard, and this flying car is dragging me, and it's really cool scene. I really like it. Of course, I will crop this to 16:9 and upload it to Instagram also. You can go there and check it out. Right, so that's basically it. One thing that really helps is to know more skills than just using a Photoshop, because you cannot do everything in Photoshop. Photoshop is a powerful tool, but it's not almighty tool. So if you want to create something like those jet engines that will fit the perspective and lighting perfectly to your scene, you need to do it in some kind of a 3D software, either Cinema 4D, 3D Studio Max, Blender. Blender is free, and there are cool tutorials on how to model in Blender and other 3D softwares that you want to use on a Skillshare. So again, guys, go there, link is down there in the description. Gain your 2 months completely free and use those 2 months to learn something new. It doesn't need to be anything about photography, videography, 3D modeling, etc. You can learn anything else that you want. Alright, if you have any questions regarding to this episode, please leave me down there in the comment section below. I will be glad to answer it. And also, guys, if you want to help me to make this channel even bigger and better, you can do that by visiting my Patreon page. The link is down there in the description, and of course you will get some things in return, like the PSD file from this tutorial and all other PSD files, etc. Go and check it out. Alright, guys, so that's basically it. If you appreciate this content, just like it, share it with your friends so more people can know about this cool stuff. And also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe in case you're not already, and ring that bell to get notified about all the future episodes. I'm uploading new tutorials every Thursday, so make sure to come back for new fun stuff. And just practice, experiment, and have fun. See you in my next fun tutorial. Bye bye.